All right, so I got different stuff I want to talk about today. Um, I did do my makeup. I put on some eyeshadow. I don't wear pencil or eyebrow pencil. And then I did my eyeshadow. I got oil on my forehead right now. I did put eyeshadow or not eyeshadow eyeliner on the top of my eyes, and I'm just trying something new. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, um, it's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. Last night was crazy. It was so good. Right now, I got my diplomatic immunity shots that I made. I got my. I might post recipes. I don't know. My ice water. Oh, this kind of okay. All right. Got my ice water. Got some Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, agave, a banana, and a cup of blueberries. And well, like a half a cup of blueberries. Um, really, a lot of times we overeating a lot, and you don't even need to eat as much as you eat. But uh, I kind of want to take these off. I don't know what to do. I feel like I don't usually wear makeup, so I'm just adjusting to it. Uh, I take a line, where's the line? But basically, I whiten my teeth a lot, but it's good. Cleanliness is next to godliness, so I've been prioritizing self care no matter where I'm at in life. You gotta make sure that you feel good, you look good. I bought some perfume for like $6 from Marshalls. Got me a little $13 necklace from Marshalls. It was originally 20. Just to, feel good about yourself and things like that. Um, but I got my phone today. Before I start, okay, I want to show y'all some things on my phone too. But the enemy is not gonna win. First of all, I don't. I God is calling me to do something, and I completely surrendered to God at this point. So whatever I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, I do. And the enemy is not gonna win. It's a lot of people who have exactly what you need and will not give it to you because they want you to submit to them and they want to be in control of your life. Uh, they want to have power over you and things like that. People have very nefarious tendencies. With me specifically, I'll tell y'all, even with me, everywhere I go, oh, the volume, I think I turned my microphone up, but everywhere I go, relationships, family, things like that, everybody wants to say, and I said this in a previous video, I'm gonna send you to the hospital. I'm gonna send you to the hospital. This, that, and the third. I went to the hospital one time, and then last time I went to the hospital when I was like what, like a teenager, like maybe 12 years old, something like that, 12, 14, something one of them ages, because I had what did I do? I used to cuss my teachers out. I'm not gonna lie. I had cussed out my teacher. I went to the counselor. I ended up going to the hospital. I don't even know. It was confusing. It was confusing. I don't know. Maybe two times. Like once in middle school, once in high school. I don't remember. But it was just cause like it was more so like, oh, I want to kill myself. I want to kill other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just normal. Well, that's not normal. Well, actually, my bad, y'all. I'm easing into it, but it's a lot of people who have those thoughts, and you're not alone. But basically, um, people see kind of what you got going on, and they'll be like, "Oh, if they don't like this person and they don't like this person, well, they unprotected." Like I said, we're dealing with a demon right now that's saying nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're never gonna know. You think people are gonna believe you? God this year, this is the year of exoneration and exaltation, but it's not even, you got to think as far as the kingdom of God. It's when we talk about years, it's not about, hold up. I'm trying to, when we think about years, it's not actually 365 days in the kingdom of God. Something that I had wrote down is that think of the devil as a dog, right? Think of the devil as the Tasmanian devil, which is a dog. You know what I'm saying? Look that up. If y'all really looked it up, y'all see what I'm talking about. Um, and with this dog, when you do witchcraft and you worship the devil, it's like people who do voodoo, deep voodoo with bones and skulls and things like that. Think of a dog as you take a bone and you throw it, and the dog fetches the bone and brings the bone back to you. That's what the devil is doing when you cast spells and witchcraft. They bring you back what you give. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine imagine God as a dog whistler, as the owner of the dog, which created the dog, right? So that dog that you throw the bone to, and this is what happens when you try to kill a Christian with witchcraft. When you throw the bone out to the dog goes to go fetch it, and before he can fetch the bone to bring it back to you, God says, "Come here, real quick." You see what I'm saying? And that's kind of how that works. And then at that point, God judges you. And if God brings you back the bone, you know what I'm saying? Then it's you reaping what you sow. See, if the devil is a dog, then he does not have any real intelligence behind him retrieving that bone and bringing it back to you. Now, people could say balls. They bring a ball, this, that, and third. You could feed a dog raw meat. You could feed a dog. You could throw a frisbee. You could throw a ball. You could throw whatever you want to throw. You could throw a treat. You could throw that at, or you could have a treat, and then the dog could come to you and eat out your hand. You could give the dog food, which a lot of people put food on the altar. And because a lot of people see stuff and want to debunk everything, right? So this is a safe space for people who are deep thinkers, because a lot of deep thinkers get caught in a rabbit hole, and then they end up overthinking something that is beyond their understanding, and then you end up like Einstein. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I got to the point I was into E equals MC squared. I said maybe it's MC squared equals E. And then I said, hold on. You know what I'm saying? And I was on a whole different path. So people talk about money, and money was never the goal for me. I could care less about the money. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grew up seeing people with money, and they were still suicidal. And you know what I'm saying? You look at the girl at the rich school, it sounds cliche. What else is more cliche than a predominantly white school and with a whole bunch of millionaire children? You feel me? Not everybody is rich. Are they all rich when you see the shows on TV? And they say, no, it's not like that. It is literally like that. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere where they play lacrosse or lacrosse, what is it? You know what I'm saying? They got a swim team at the school. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we gotta really look at stuff and think about kind of how it is. People when they start going to Ivy Leagues and they got the frat, you know what I'm saying? It is a difference. We here, I told y'all it's a safe space. I'm reading right now, Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. You see what I'm saying? Um, that's what I'm saying. I actually want to read you this right now from Cass. Isabel Wilkerson. This is from Oprah's book club. So y'all know, respect to, you feel me, because y'all know the color purple and things like that. Now we don't idolize and we don't worship money or things like that, but it has to be spoken about. So y'all know I'm not just saying, oh, read that book. This is my second time reading it. This time I want to do a review of it. So I said, this is chapter 1. What happened to America / tectonics? I said, first of all, Isabel was very intelligent, mindful, discerning, and discretionary when addressing the topic of both national and global caste systems. And then I scratch out caste system plus systematic casting, because it's not just the caste system itself, it's actually systematic casting, which makes you think deeper into, are we being casted into a role as a society and just acting out the part that society gives us within that. Same way that the enemy does when he likes to cast females who are more masculine presenting based on they sin as masculine. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? The devil addresses you by your sin, but the Lord addresses you by your name. And I want to say that too. I'll get into my Jezebel Ahab analogy that I said later, but this is important because when you think about caste, I just got into deliverance, and think about, even as far as, I just like the word cast, like casting out demons. I don't know if it's any type of connection, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just flowing, so don't even, I believe that the paragraph and the one following that started with the sentence, "What happened to America," was actually a poem about what seemed to be overnight, about the what seemed to be overnight tectonic shift in the foundation of the once harmonious African American community. Tactics such as gentrification were now being used to quarantine the inner city from the devastating epidemic of drugs, sex, and violence that began to plague our people. Poverty became a noisome pestilence, stripping African Americans of their morality. The American dream was now around the corner, and the heart of our culture began to break, using cash as not only incentive, but as the glue to fill in the cracks of our undeniably broken system. Now broken system. But it was undeniably broken because it was broken to begin with. And I read that because we're rereading the book twice, and I told you I've been talking about drugs and, you know what I'm saying, that whole thing, because a lot of people get caught up in that world. I read it the first time, and I thought it was because she mentioned the Indian caste system, not Indian like Native American, but Indian as far as like foreign. Um, she was actually, she said before, what she's really saying in the book is, before you can speak about the caste system, you first have to address crack cocaine without even saying it, because she mentioned earthquake, tectonic shifts, and then ended it with cracks in our system. She said if America is a house, it's a house with cracks in the wall, and in the closet, behind the closet, is the skeleton of the caste system. So I thought to myself, what would be, whose skeleton would that be if it was the skeleton of the caste system? Y'all have to educate yourselves real quick before y'all even step into this room and have this conversation. As an American, as a African American, um, you know what I'm saying? Especially even being in certain parts of the city and stuff like that, y'all gotta educate yourself before y'all step in here, cause people might come in and says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the reasons why y'all feel these ways of insecurity or inferiority or things like that, or rage or homicidal or suicidal thoughts, is because of the generational curses that were placed upon us as a people. That's what it is very important. There is no light skin, dark skin. I'm both light skin and dark skin. You know what I'm saying? If you see my pictures from middle school, you'll be like, "Oh, she's dark skinned," because I was in the sun. I'm going outside every day at recess, doing whatever or whatever seasons. In the winter, you'll say, "Oh, you acting light skinned. You light skinned." That's not for everybody. It's different. You know what I'm saying? It's a spectrum as far as melanin goes. But the ignorance is where people come in and say dark skin, light skin. And then you have very nefarious, insecure men that are, when you think about caste system, you also have to think about castration, that are being metaphorically, you know what I'm saying, castrated by this system, and are trying to emasculate women in order to gain back their masculinity. But the thing that is missing within them is God. And that's why God says stay away from the fatherless. Because these people, these men, these broken down men, I like to use Blueface as an example. And not because of You feel me? It's because I cannot praise evil and things like that. You get what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people. Mind you, I have face tattoos. This right here is something to like, and not to say face tattoos are bad, but just hear me out. Because Blueface can be saved. It's the fact that women see him as the prize, to the point where there are women, even the girl who, what was she, go to Harvard? Did she really go? I don't know what really happened. Cause I was getting into clipping and stuff like that, and streamers. I had a Jake Paul page, got 100,000 views in one day. Got what was it? I had ran it up to what? I posted 200 posts, got 150 followers and 100,000 views. I still got the screenshot. Jake Paul, family farm or whatever, family ranch. And I probably accumulated. I joined WAP. It was probably like $200-300 on that page, $100 to $300 that I would have cashed in. Right when I was about to cash in, they they closed my page down because I posted too many videos. I was trying to see how much I could post without getting blocked. Once I hit 200, it was over. So whatever. We tried. God called me out of that right now because I'm called to talk about it and not be in it. So you look at somebody like Blueface, who will say, maybe somebody like a Neve is more valuable than somebody like whatever, and we're not even go really get into it, or maybe like a Krishan or something. But I don't like to get into names and things like that. But anybody that's trying to go back to God, please do not let this world take you out of that by them being ignorant to where they even stand as far as society, even socioeconomically, where they stand in society. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at a woman even like Krishan, some people judge her a lot, and they say, "Oh, Krishan is this." I'm gonna be honest with you. I pray for celebrities. You know what I'm saying? I pray for celebrities because a lot of y'all are so fanned out and so delusional and so insecure and so suicidal that y'all like to go behind fake pages and tell people that are trying to do better in life that y'all cannot relate to at all, that you want them to die and you want to kill them and stuff like that. And me personally, I'm just not a groupie. So when I see somebody like a Krishan that's having all these people coming against her, then that's when you send prayers, real prayers. You don't just say, "I'm gonna pray for you, sis." Y'all need to get y'all life, because y'all over here wishing that she died because y'all want Blueface. Y'all don't realize he not the prize. He don't even realize that Neve is not the prize. That Krishan is not the prize. That him having his baby mama working for him. That's what I say. We break a generational curses. Why is it a you it women, black women, stop stop selling yourself and prostituting for the bare minimum. If a man is a millionaire and you're carrying his child and he's paying you, what is it, 9 to 10,000 a month, and you one of the main characters on his show, and you're generating him revenue, it's the bare minimum. It's not personal. At that point, it is business because you are affiliated with his show. Y'all need to learn how to handle y'all business. A lot of y'all are being pimped because y'all don't know business. Because somebody told y'all, and he paid the bills, you good. No, you got to educate yourself. That's a part of provision. You have to have provision. God gifts a man a prudent wife. Y'all lack provision. Just because it's a man's job to make money, whatever, be that as it may, as y'all believe, it does not negate the fact that you need to be understanding what you are involved in and what you associated with. That happened to me. That happened to me. I'm working. I'm paying half on a car note. We both going to work. I'm paying half on the rent. You understand what I'm saying? I'm paying for gas, going in on food. We splitting it. You would think somebody was taking care of me. And then I really have to even be down. A lot of y'all staying down, and y'all didn't convince yourself that y'all was down to begin with. I was up. I was up. You know what I'm saying? But you could be up and still be depressed. So I said, man, forget that. Listen. A lot of y'all turned away some stuff and forgot that y'all was turning stuff away. That's the whole thing. Like, I turned down the thing that you, with the reason why you came back. Like the gift of the Magi. You came to me for the money. I turned down the money. You came to me for the clout. I turned down the clout to get with you. And then I came to you for the love. You gave up the love for the clout. It's the gift of the Magi. There is no room for ignorance in here because I like to fact check. I have reproof. I get reproof. God has, you know what I'm saying? God is giving me provision. So you can't come in here with ignorance and things like that. And sales tactics. Trying to sell me on, oh, this is this and the ways of the world. I don't care. I'm going to tell y'all straight up as it is. Because there's too many people saying, come get it back in blood. Over a dude like Blueface. I've dated I've dated cheaters. You know what I'm saying? We got the cheaters that cheat and then they act like they didn't cheat. You know what I'm saying? And then they act like a knight. I got one right now. Knight in shining armor. I don't put my, you know what I'm saying? We already, we don't let everybody know what's going on. Slept with my best friend years ago. And comes back and says, I'll go ahead and take her. Me coming out of homosexuality, I'll take her. And then it's like, my family giving my family looks. My family thinks that's the one. I know, absolutely not. That's why you need God to tell you, because it's gonna look like it's the right thing. We knew each other since we was teenagers, but you would know them by their fruits. You know what I'm saying? That one little thing that they did when they was posting and talking over my head to see, do she talk to anybody? X'd. I don't even have social media. You X'd out the picture. That's immaturity. All y'all who doing the little, do y'all know these tattoos posts? Y'all lack provision. Y'all lack provision. If you have to post the person that you with in a discreet way to find out if they cheat and get away from them, because your spirit is telling you something based on their fruits. Because I don't even post who I'm with. And that goes in business and that also goes in personal. I don't y'all fanned out, but then y'all think y'all know somebody who is signing contracts, who got to go from state to state doing shows and stay up. Y'all can't even relate. I'm talking about you can't even understand they thought patterns. You can't understand. Some of y'all got the pathology of a criminal, and other people got the pathology of a millionaire. And some people got and then as far as the pathology of a Christian, that's a totally different thing. That's really just the Holy Spirit taking over. It's many different people, and Christianity comes in many different ways. And I want to say this, because y'all talk about Krishan and this and that. A lot of y'all women, hold up. So, and I don't really care, but y'all be praising people, and y'all could say religion and this, that, and the third. The devil don't want me to talk about this, and I don't want to gossip. I don't want to gossip about it, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I think I have to talk about certain stuff. Okay, we're gonna put it like this: the people that's in the arts and the things like that, the dark arts and all of that stuff, the nefarious people who take things into their own hands and things like that, which is cool, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of Christians that are looking at them. It's like, I'm more so looking towards teenagers, y'all. That's not what y'all. That right there, the person. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. It's a character right now in this world who's looking at a woman like Krishan. Maybe you got a woman like Krishan, right? Who is trying to get back to God, maybe backsliding, right? And then you got another woman, I won't name names, who maybe is into witchcraft, Santeria, voodoo, hoodoo, houdon, whatever y'all talking about. It's so many different ways to say it. They say, no, it's not voodoo, it's voodoo or voodoo or whatever y'all saying. Cool. Understand? And y'all can say, oh, get mad. The enemy is very furious. I don't care. It's people right now threatening me. It's people threatening me right now. It's people threatening me right now. I say, y'all know where I'm at. I say, I'm sitting on the porch, I'm outside. When y'all ready, come on. They got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God is say, stay in the house because you confuse the enemy. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. And people could say what they want to say. They could do what they want to do, whatever. I'd rather die in the kingdom than die in the world any day. I was already depressed. It ain't no difference. I was already taking, what, 4, 5, 6 beans at a time. With the, I'm taking 4, 5, 6 beans with the fireball and the weed. And y'all talking about y'all gonna do something to me and this, that, and the third. Y'all been saying that for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They've been saying that for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Say they gonna make me, you know what I'm saying? I leave my social, my ID, my phone, and my computer. I left everything. I only took my Invisalign. God said, touch not mine anointed. This ain't the first time people done threatened me. I done had girls literally competing. It's been girls competing. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. That start upside down. It's been girls competing for the person that's literally devoted to me. Trying to fight me. And then the person that they fighting for still come back to me. And I don't even want them. I say, please get away from me. You know what I'm saying? They say nobody's going to know. We about to cover it up. I say, all right, twin. You know what I'm saying? All right, twin. You know what I'm saying? They talk about the police. I mean, I guess. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I preferably see. It's like, no, just wait. They talk about, you know what I'm saying? Because this what they see. This what they see. This what they see. You feel me? And that's in the midst of being threatened. That's when I was getting threatened. You feel me? I said Harvard. Prayers will confuse the enemy. Amen. I said praise will confuse the enemy. That's what we talking about. Fasting. Let me see. Let me show y'all how much weight I lost fasting. They saw me cooking. They saw me cooking. Start putting little rocks around the house. You know what I'm saying? Then when I stopped, you feel me? Then it became little. Oh, that's why I said. So I'm here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We was talking more so about this. We was talking about this right here. But this what God called me out of. This what God called me out of right here. We talking about we talking about I don't like we talking about the type of people that look at something like this and be like, oh, okay, so basically it costs $390. No, that's what I'm saying. But if you was to ask me, I could explain it to you, and then we could both be in the same boat. But you don't want to do that. You'd rather threaten me. If I die, you still gonna have to take care of your kids. You still gonna have a dude that ain't really, you feel me? You still gonna not like yourself. It ain't the first time. And I ain't gonna lie, I left after the fact, but God told me how to handle it. God told me how to handle it. That was the Holy Spirit. You feel me? Cause I'm looking at it quite literally. This is how I'm thinking. And God said it ain't even gonna come to that. God said it ain't even gonna come to that. You got people that don't even think. That's why I said I relate to y'all. Because back in my past days, I was the type. I don't know where they get these rumors from. That's what I said. It's like y'all. I'm talking about never lost a fight, but we not fighting. But I'm telling y'all, and I want to relate to y'all, and that ain't even the way to go. It's literally you get to a point in life, man. I'm talking about I got to a point of maturity in my life that the last fight that I had, I cried because I felt so bad about fighting. That's when you reach maturity is when you cry when you fight and say, man, I'm so sorry because when you see that person cry, you cry. Cause that's when God start working on your spirit. We ain't throwing hands. They see somebody working, you know what I'm saying, working on stuff, educated, and then they get the bright idea, but they not that bright. You know what I'm saying? They not that bright. You know what I'm saying? So we sit in the room. We sit in the room with all my stuff packed up. Took me like 5 minutes to pack everything. You know what I'm saying? That's my prayer closet right there. And then they put the thing next to their daughter's bed. So you remember that you got a 4-year-old daughter when you did that to me. Do y'all care about anything in life? Because I never cared. Now I care because I got Jesus. You would have caught me a few years back. You could do a lot with a little in America. But I ain't even talking like that. And then people go say, that's why I say I'd rather die in the kingdom than die in the world any day. I literally sat there in silence for 7 days. All 7 days. They was putting rocks around the house and threatening my life and this, that, and the third. Come in, oh, I am the gun. You didn't think I would pull the trigger. Where the gun at? I ain't called no police. I ain't called no police. This my call records right here. The last people I did call was my aunt and my uncle. That's the last people I did call. Only people in my phone, my cousins, my aunts, my uncle, jobs, Boost Mobile, customer service. I really spend most of my time on customer service. Because I'm wondering where my package at. Now I'm talking about Amazon. And I want a refund. That's most of the time what I do. So y'all can say, Karen, whatever. No, I want to speak to the CEO, bruh. I'm not worried about calling the police on y'all. I'm sorry, we're going to get back to what we was talking about because I want to just give y'all a backstory. My mom, where you at? Text or call me ASAP. I didn't even see that message. I'm gonna call my mom. I didn't even see that message. I haven't even spoken to her. Somebody called me from an unknown number. Oh, because she called my mom after I left, whatever. Because that's why God said put on. God's so cold. God to have you, man, God's so cold. You don't even know. When I went to the job, God said, get out. They about to backdoor you. It was a literal backdoor in front of me. So he told me to read my Bible the whole time so I could be in the spirit. So I walk out the job. Mind you, this is just me right here. They keep saying broke this, broke that. I ain't got no kids. I ain't gotta work as hard. For the girls with no kids who parents competing with them, y'all already won. A lot of y'all, and I said this before I made this video, a lot of people are bitter in life and mad because they in competition with people they can't compete with. How you competing with somebody that got 20 years on you? In 1 year, I could make more than you made in your entire lifetime. If we talking monetary, I can reverse a whole lifetime of curses in 1 year. Imagine what you could do in 20. Instead of coming together, people think, I'm going to rob you of this, rob you of that. I got more energy than y'all. I got more resources than y'all. I got more risk. I'm a risk taker. Y'all, I got risk tolerance. I go full port. We full porting. I'm full porting, bruh. I'm talking about all of it into it. That's what I'm saying. We flipping it. You get what I'm saying? So when I say 130 days, it wasn't really supposed to be nothing. I threw the 3 in and I was supposed to lose it. I never traded option. I said, all right, cool. We full port. And every time I say, you know what? All in. I'm off the beans. I'm wet. Let's go. All in. I know it's going to hit Tesla straight way up. It's going all the way up. Y'all complain about I was making money during COVID. I say all the way up. Go ahead. Full port it. 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 Nothing to lose. What I'm gonna lose? $3,000. I have 40. Full port it. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that. It still came out with something, and it was fun. I put in 3, got 17. 21 if you count the 4. For fun. They talk about that. It ain't gambling if all my price points hit. Look. No, I'm just playing. But I'm just saying. And I was going to show y'all something. This is what my phone looks like right now. God will do this to your life. Everything has a category. By the time they got to it, God told me to do that before they got in it. God just made me look like the Kingsman. God just made me look like James Bond. If I would have did it myself, I was just thinking, take out the pepper spray when they come in, thinking that it ain't that type of time. After they threatened me about 3 days, pepper spray them, beat them down. You know what I'm saying? With that lock stick, it was heavy. The little stick that I had locking my door, you know what I'm saying? Hit them, you know what I'm saying? But you really don't even hit them in the head. You just take it, hit them in the stomach, you know what I'm saying? Jab them in the stomach. They both on the ground. You pepper spray them continuously in the eyes and the mouth. So now they choking. And by the time they could get up, you already got a knife. And they talk about guns, but they ain't even think that I even thought that they was serious. Because they said she ain't never been around that. She from the suburbs. My dad literally do what he do. They the same. They. If I was a snitch, I would have snitched on everybody a long time. You know how many people I could have snitched on? I don't care about what y'all got going on. Y'all want opportunity. What do you think I'm going to gain from snitching? Are they going to pay me? But once you start mentioning me, okay, cool. They act like like, what am I gaining? Why would I snitch? Like, why would I snitch when Jesus the one that told me don't catch a case? Jesus told me that. Holy Spirit. I was thinking, all right, we up. That's what I said, all right, it's up. I got serious. I went in the closet, I fasted, no food, 7 days. I just lost 15 pounds. Man, that's what I was going to show y'all. I could vouch. I just lost 15 pounds in the past, few weeks. That's how serious I am. I never played about myself. It never gave playing about myself. It never gave, like, I'm talking about, you understand what I'm saying? That's that side. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do this, we gonna do y'all. I'm more of a scholar than anything. I never was in it for the money. The money get evil. The money get evil. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This was me. Like when I started my fast. Before I started my fast, they not knowing. They not knowing what God is doing in my life. Alright, you know what I'm saying? We already lost 15. We just lost 15. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But I got, okay, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. No, I was really getting heavy. I was really getting heavy. Hold on. Let me see if I could find. I don't really be taking pictures and videos like that, for real. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. I don't really even be, you know what I'm saying? See. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's not really a difference. Okay, maybe it's not 15. God said it was 15. So I feel like it was 15. I definitely lost weight though. You know what I'm saying? We've been fasting and things like that. You can't really, you know what I'm saying? That's when I took myself out to eat. You see what I'm saying? A little bit. I take myself out. So they keep talking about this and that. I said they keep on talking about this. They don't know nothing about that. They keep on talking about this. They don't know nothing about that. They keep on talking about this. They don't know nothing about that. Hold on. They keep on. Hold up. hold up. They keep on talking about this. They don't know nothing about that. What we talking about? It's not about the, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my trading Discord. Like I said, they keep on talking about this. They don't know nothing about that. How many, and I want to show y'all, I'm going to show y'all what's going on, right? So you got some people in my life, and we separated. We got Google, Microsoft, Samsung. You know what I'm saying? We got internet right here, notes, shopping, work, talk, text, money, social, business, food, transportation, accessories, self-improvement. With the self-improvement, we got my Invisalign in the Bible. Transportation, we got Lyft, and we got bus fare right here. So when God calls me to up and move, okay, just get up and move. Oh, you can't see. I'm not logged into the internet right now. Hold up. So we do got like $30 on the bus fare account. We got like $30 on the bus fare account. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was I left the job and they had gave me a ride and everybody keep calling me a bum, but I keep some emergency bus fare just in case I got to get up and go. So I get up. God said, go walk up the street, catch the, you know what I'm saying? I get up the street. I see a bus stop. He said, I need you to get on the next bus stop, pull up. I didn't know where it was going. I hop on the 41. I end up in Oakley, right next to the church I go to, Crossroads. So I go to the church. It's closed. God showed me some stuff. Basically, I went to Urban Air. God had something in my spirit so heavy. I'm looking for a phone. The only place that was open that had a phone was Urban Air. And there was a bunch of teenagers that worked there. Y'all know Urban Air, where all the little kids go. It was 4-year-olds playing and things like that. And God had me in there playing my worship music, praying in tongues and crying because he was telling me that somebody that I love was going through something that they might not make it out of. And I'm over here looking for a phone trying to call them because my phone is off. I ain't paying my phone bill. Why I need a phone bill when I got a texting app and I be having Wi-Fi? Y'all paying for bills just to say y'all pay bills. I don't flex bills. Some people stack bills. Some other people stack skills. What are we talking about? I got my texting app right here, and that's what I'm saying. And you know what I'm saying? I gotta readjust because my bite is different now. Oh, I want to tell y'all, for the people who want to improve y'all lives, for the people who want to improve y'all lives and are serious about getting yourself together, my Invisalign, that I got. Cause y'all might look at my teeth and be like, "Oh my God, I wish I could afford braces and things like that." I'm gonna tell y'all something real cool. For the longest, I thought maybe veneers, this, that, and the third. But what it is that, hold on. I got Invisalign Smile Express, which is a 6-month treatment plan for medium to minimal treatment. So if you got like a tooth that's kind of like more up here and this, that, and the third, I don't know if it'll really apply to you. You might have to get regular Invisalign. But for the people that just want to fix their gaps and spacing, you know what I'm saying? For people who just want to fix spacing, or if you got an overbite or maybe an underbite, you can get Invisalign with no credit check. And they real Invisalign. I got real Invisalign, not Smile Direct Club. It has a more sturdy case. I don't even know if you can see my progress on here because I'm not connected to the internet right now. But you could get it, no credit check, $100 down. I put down 100 and like, what was it? Maybe like $120, $130. No. I think I put down literally $100. No credit check. My credit score is like 400 right now. It's literally like low 400s. I had 700 and I got some credit cards. We already bought out on that. Got some diamonds. Y'all know how we do. I got a pair of diamonds on credit, a pair of diamonds with cash. Y'all know how it is. But anyways, got an iPhone and credit. Or no, I paid the iPhone cash. But all right. So anyways, basically, you can get the Invisalign Smile Express for $100 down, no credit check. Orthodontists around America. I went to one in Kentucky. I think they might have some in Atlanta. He was all over it. It's like a third party thing. And you literally pay, and it's a set payment. It's no credit check. $131 a month. I kid you not. It's $131 a month. No credit check. $100 down. And your treatment will be done within 6 months. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called Smile Express. I'm 262 behind. It's $4,451. 131. And if you get behind on your treatment, you can still catch up on your treatment before they put it to whatever. So it goes up slowly. I missed 2 payments. I'm at 262. God said it's paid for. We don't stress. We don't worry. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what's going on. And if you pay up, you just got to make payments on it. I had braces. When I had braces, I was behind. They said if you pay $50, you got to pay at least $50 to get an appointment. But I just moved to a different state and freaking stopped getting my teeth taken care of. But with this right here, this is good for a lot of people who cannot, you know what I'm saying? So don't look at me and be like, oh, you got money. Hey, man. But anyways, like I was saying, so that's pretty much what happened with my situation. But it's gonna be people that no matter what good you do, are still gonna try to tear you down. They see I'm trying to do better. They say Harvard, you go to Harvard, this, that, and the third, blah blah blah. I mean, metaphorically speaking, in my mind, I go to Harvard. A few years ago, I went to Ohio State. After that, Ohio University. I have my doctorate degree now. And it doesn't matter even when I'm talking about stocks, but it's different. I put myself in different. I don't even know kind of what it is, but in my mind, in my heart, I feel like I'm Harvard right now, or I'm at Harvard right now. I don't know. School of Hard Knocks. So they're not even understanding what we're talking about. It's a whole different conversation. But anyways, and then it's like it's a voice that be like, people gonna do this, people gonna do that. They do it. They do it. If it weren't for MLK, then what? If it weren't for Harriet Tubman, then what? A lot of people die young anyway, so you want me to die young with the devil and change nobody's life, or you want me to save the lives that God told me, which he said 10,000, and die at whatever time is appropriate for my death? Y'all act like I came into the game, you know what I'm saying, thinking that I would never die, which at one point in my life, I felt some form of immortality, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it could never be me. But then when you get reproof and God humbles you, you realize it can happen any day to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So the threats that if you threatening me, you really ain't got no motion. If you threaten me, you ain't got no motion. Because I don't even get threatened by people with motion. People with motion look at me and be like, I wonder what she got going on. I'm talking about that's how you could tell. So y'all not really playing it's not really, people with motion know what I'm talking about. It's the people with no motion that want to kill you. Take off, Nipsey Hussle. But we don't praise evil. So it's not about this, that, and the third. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I cover myself, because it could be anybody when you're doing anything substantial. Either way, God said I'm gonna have a decent life. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I have to be protected. You got people, and I always say about my mom. My mom is a nurse practitioner. She got a private practice. She do drug rehab, stuff like that. Take people off of drugs. She get a lot of do therapy and counseling for different clients, and that's why I got the nonprofit. But we doing a break on that until God is leading it. If God calls me to do that, you know what I'm saying. I think different than y'all. I wasn't raised like that. A lot of y'all wasn't raised like that, but I never acted like that. See, when they see me with the tattoos and women like me, or in the past, Then they say, oh, you think you a thug because I sag my pants, but when you really into fashion like I was, and my ignorant, you know what I'm saying, at different points in my life, you would look at it, and basically what is going on is that it never was a thug character. It was more so sometimes I felt like you got to sag your pants for certain outfits because the underwear is a part of the fit. The basketball shorts are a part of the fit. Y'all see the pants? I said that before people start making pants that was sagging. I told you I got my ex's name. Like, you feel me? Like, it never was a thug type of thing. So, you know what I'm saying? I used to wear cologne and perfume. We had the Prada Luna Rosa Sport. They got rid of it. The Dior Sauvage. The YSLY. What other scent did I have? The Prada Luna Rosa was my favorite. Unisex type of scents, very airy, sweet kind of scent. What other fragrances did I wear? Um, I'm trying to think. Now we're going Jean Paul Gaultier Baccarat. That's one that I really want to get, but we'll see what God does. We starting off small. I got $6 perfume right now. If God willing, because I just don't have time to play with the enemy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? What other? I forget what other scents I was wearing. I honestly what had to. It was another one. I remember the Dior Home was pretty good, but that's a little bit stronger. I think I only had samples of that. No, I just stick to my usual. I get the YSL. Oh, I had the Coach, the green Coach, but that don't really last long. But you get more for your money, so you can get a double. You can get a 6.8 ounce of the Coach for like 180, versus like a 6.8 ounce of the Dior Sauvage is like 300. So that I was wearing that when I was working at the gas station, the Coach. Every day, you know what I'm saying? People, oh, when you smell good, you feel. They say you look good, you feel good. Smelling good is very, very important. It makes people comfortable in your presence. Uh, when you smell bad, and that's not dissing anybody. That's why cleanliness is next to godliness. When you get in God, cleanliness will come once you get into God fully and submit and surrender. God will tell you things like that. I started eating clean. God literally told me to randomly leave. Told me my aunt, who I don't even call my aunt, was picking me up that I never speak to, haven't seen in 2 years. And then once I finally surrendered completely, he said, "All right, call your grandpa." And I ended up here. That's what I'm saying. And I don't really even, this ain't really even. I stopped wearing brands and logos, but I'm more of a, but that's cool. See, I have my brand. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what I was doing. This is what God just had me give up. God just had me give up all of this stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. See, we had the God sent going here. That was the plate that was supposed to go on my what was it, my Porsche or something. Hold on. Whole bunch of clothes. I just threw away 3 trash bags full of clothes. God said get rid of them. We was making, you know what I'm saying, printing all our stuff. That's why I'm telling y'all I just lost weight. We literally just lost weight. You see what I'm saying? This is the stuff they don't talk about. So when they out partying, I think they was drunk at the time. I'm in the room. The lights went out. You know what I'm saying? That's what the devil missed a shot because the devil thought it was gonna be dark for me. It was supposed to be dark for me. That's supposed to be a dark time in my life. But God lit my way. Y'all see how it's a little lamp right there? Y'all know about the lamp. You know what I'm saying? We just lost 15 pounds. That's from fasting. It wasn't no healthy food over there. I wasn't working out. I haven't worked out in how long? The only working out I did was I went and played basketball over there for 2 days, and I've been walking to the store, which is literally not even a mile away. It's probably a quarter mile away. And then I come back from the store and eat candy and popsicles. That was me before I started fasting. Before I stopped smoking FTs. See? And then God said, get rid of it because I didn't realize that they had bright ideas. You see what I'm saying? That ain't what you think. That's waist beads. But it just matched because I made a yellow hat. But that's my nonprofit right there. You know what I'm saying? Those are pictures of me that I had up. Praise will confuse the enemy. When you praise yourself, they confuse. Any form of praise confuses the enemy. They don't praise anything. This is all the merch I had. You know what I'm saying? Some flowers. Y'all know. All the hats I had. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even using the hats that they had, you know, because they had put a little bit in on my brand. I didn't even need that. I already had stuff I was making. I bought all them beanies right there. You know what I'm saying? The trucker hats, I said, yeah, I'll probably paint them and customize them, but we doing totally, I'm talking about I don't stop. So imagine how I am for God. I don't stop. People with no motion always try to debunk people with motion. That's why I had the beads because it matched that hat. People with no motion always trying to debunk people with motion. And they don't even know who to ask, so they ask another person with motion. And then the other person with motion be like, they ain't got more motion than me. And then the two people with motion end up working together. People who have motion will always work together. But it ain't about money. It's about people can relate. Card I never used. I just threw away all my bank cards because I left those too. We got the glitter perfume. We starting from scratch, but you always want to smell good. You know what I'm saying? Keep up on your hygiene. I don't care if you're homeless. Keep up on your hygiene. Get you a gym membership. If you got money to buy drugs, whatever, that's why I said my mentor, he literally worked. This is my little brother right here. Wearing my brand. You see what I'm saying? He literally. These some shoes. I really like these shoes. Okay, we're not gonna get into materialism. We're not gonna get into materialism. See, this is another shirt that I made. See, we just lost 15 pounds. That's me with my brand. You know what I'm saying? That's a Model X. The lift was the Tesla. You see what I'm saying? But then God called me into my war room. I'm talking about drenched with oil. We just lost 15 pounds. You know what I'm saying? If not more, from fasting. This is when it began. I'm not lying. That's why when y'all see me eating every 20, 15, 5 minutes, it's because of that. It was so much oil on the floor that the stick that I had to lock the door kept falling. So I had to take a bandana and tie it to a hook to the jump rope. Yeah. I'm talking about getting busy in the spiritual realm. Jumping from prayer closet to war room between the castor oil and the olive oil. I'm talking about both Bibles. Then I come out to a rock. Look at this. Man, I'm talking about I don't care if we gonna wash the walls after. It looked like a crime scene. How much oil was drenched on them walls. I'm talking about, yes, bruh. Y'all don't even know what we talking about. Pages drenched with oil. And I made like a little creative thing. This is the book, that the Bible. When I was in that war room, that's the Bible I got from my son. This Bible right here. When we was drenched in the oil, we had the flag and yeah. This my ID picture. I got a thing, so we was killing demons in there. That's gonna be the mugshot, and there's gonna be sirens in the back. Say it was a crime scene. You know what I'm saying? Oh wait. Oh, that's what I'm saying. And then they be saying, oh, this, that, and the third, and yada yada yada, and this, that, and the third. I don't even. You know what I'm saying? We start getting ourselves together. This is when I start going back to church. You know what I'm saying? But we just, don't be nervous. Don't be afraid. God hates pride. It's an abomination. Don't be too prideful to go back to God and start getting in your femininity. You know what I'm saying? Little necklaces. It's not that expensive. It's like Saudi Arabian. And that's not diamonds, but like, you know what I'm saying? We're not doing the big chains anymore and stuff and stuff like that. This is how I was dressing at first, That's why they say, "Oh, you ain't like that. You not like that." You know what I'm saying? It was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect in the world. You know what I'm saying? Whole Tasmanian devil. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be perfect. You get what I'm saying? I was supposed to, you know what I said? I was supposed to make that move. Just when I fell off my bike. Just when my manager hung up on me. He said my battery went dead when you called earlier, then we got too busy. He hung up in my face when I told him I couldn't come to work. There's no way you could work tonight. I'm taking muscle relaxers. I will try to come help you. Okay, thank you. I asked him to fix my bike because I couldn't stop working. God just rolled my ankle. He said, if you don't stop working for these people, bruh, want to work a double? And then I'm so stupid. I said I could tomorrow. But guess what I did when I worked that double? I came with my doctor's note. And then I texted my resignation letter. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I got the key. And they want me to be the GM. And I ain't even crying. I think my soul is crying because of that. It's some people who I'm so happy. It's tears of happiness. It's tears of happiness that we left. Quit that job. If you got to move back home, cool. You might be called to literally leave in the middle of the night. You not even knowing you might be in danger. Just do it. You're going to feel so much better after. I promise you. And you actually, when you start listening to God, that's when God is going to, if God can't trust you to listen, how is he going to trust you to show you angels and spiritual occurrences? Because if you disobedient, you going to say, oh, I ain't got to listen. Oh, this ain't God. Because you don't respect God. You have no reverence. You have no fear. The fear of God is wisdom because fear will then translate into reverence once you gain maturity through that wisdom. Y'all have no fear of God, which cannot mature into reverence of God. So when God shows you these miraculous things, like how I say healing terminal illness through praying and fasting, y'all say, I am God. And take all the power and glory for yourself when it was really the Holy Spirit, which is close to blasphemy because it says, do not blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Don't say that it's not the Holy Spirit and say that it was you when it was God. That's what God is talking about. If God calls you to lay hands on somebody, you can't say, oh, I have the power to heal with just my touch. And then denounce God and the Holy Spirit. It don't work like that. And you can't, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. It was supposed to be perfect. We've been talking about that. Y'all ain't talking about nothing for real. So all y'all people that's trying to that's over here, you know what I'm saying, losing your souls and all of this for and all of this, y'all not. I'm talking about the Basquiat boots with the Basquiat jacket. I had the shirt. I donated the Basquiat t-shirt. with the Basquiat poster. What we talking about with the one glove? I was really supposed to be like Mike. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? I'm talking about the devil lost one of his strongest soldiers. We driving Porsches at the lot. I had the Porsche person car. So when I say when it, I said when it Porsches and pennies, the reward of the win, the reward of the wicked. Cause somebody who they, you know what I'm saying. I used to be in zodiac signs. They talk about Scorpio, this, sneak this, and all of this. I say whips and chains like a dominatrix. If I see y'all spit in your faces, like we talking like Mike Todd, like when God spit, you get what I'm saying? We've been doing that, and that's on the gospel side. We've been talking to the people with the record labels and we've been in the studio. I had to, you feel me? I was doing music videos, top professional. My mom paying thousands of dollars for music videos when I was 17 years old. Y'all understand? I've been having people saying, I will pay for your studio, your music video, everything. And I say no. We've been doing that. We've been having the plugs plug. Listen to my rap and say, she cold. She did not just, did she just say, she cold? I'm talking about really, really. And it's supposed to be perfect. See what I'm saying? That's my little brother. We coming out of that. We coming out of that. And then they say, oh, I've been doing God sent. I've been doing God sent. This when we was doing God sent at my grandma's house. This when I did my first thing when we was getting $1,200 stimulus. I was buying merch. You see that God sent logo right there? That's when the other one tried to take it. I say, how you gonna take something? I don't even own it. Hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth, shame the devil. And then we went back to working a regular job. You get what I'm saying? We already losing weight. You get what I'm saying? So when I say we've been there and we're not too proudful, they say, oh, you too proudful to get a job. You need to get a job. See, it's some people that keep telling you they know that you got potential to do more. But they gonna tell you get a job so you stay at your job. This me when I was in kindergarten. You get what I'm saying? Took my hair down and redid it myself. Y'all notice a pattern? I always been the type to just want to do it myself. I, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'd be like, oh, y'all taking too long. Let me just do it. But you can't be like that with God. You know what I'm saying? Well, and you know what I'm saying? This was me when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? This is me and my dad. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't even talking about the first glow up. They ain't even talking about the first glow up, let alone the second, third, and fourth. Let alone the second, third, and fourth glow up. They're not even talking about the first one. I got into you. I'm thinking Euphoria. I got $100 bill towels. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Then we start really getting into it. That's when the devil was breathing on me. This right here, yeah, it looked real good, don't it? It looked good on paper and in person. It was starting to look good on paper and in person. And that's when God had to, you know what I'm saying? Let me know it's life or death. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be perfect. You understand? 100,000 views in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Content I shared, 114 videos, not even 200. 1,000 interactions, 93.9 thousand views, 24-hour run. Looking at diamond chains. The VVS with all this VVS, $2,000 small dainty. I thought if it's small, it don't count. $2,000. You get the little 3 pieces, put it on there. You see what I'm saying? What? Trust me, I understand. But then you start understanding this, and then they say you can't wear eyeliner. Somebody will see something like this and say you're Jezebel. You can't wear eyeliner when you go to God. You know what I'm saying? Me and my cousin at the store. People, it's just because of my confidence. They think I sell drugs or something. I'm more like a, you know what I'm saying, advocate. Don't fall into the protection. I said the protect, the perfection of it all. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna look so perfect. It's gonna feel perfect. You're gonna think it's perfect. Oh, come on now. This is a custom one of one piece that I made from scratch. The polo with my logo on it. I put the bedazzles on piece by piece. You see that right there? That's fake money though. That's prop money. You see what I'm saying? What we talking about with the Playboy? With the Playboy? You know what I'm saying? Little, you see what I'm saying? We start switching it up. I took that on my phone, but that was before we really start getting into God. See what I'm saying? This is my ID picture right here. This is my real life ID. I don't want to show y'all too much. Really, it wasn't supposed to look like that. I just didn't do my hair. They made me take my hat off. Oh, I gotta go in the house though. Hold up. Wait, no. I'm gonna record the rest on my phone, so I'm gonna do another video. But I'm just telling y'all. So take what I said in this video, and then I'm gonna do the other video. And it's not just to be prideful or nothing, but I'm giving y'all backstory when y'all watch this, so y'all know what this is. It's a testimony.